buying out some real estate out there. I was out there for about 5 months with my wife and kids. We were real close outside of Fort Myers. You know where it is, man. Man, I was around the corner.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's about 2.5 hours from me, but that's around the corner compared to where you're at right now. You know, it's awesome to be able to provide for your family, do the things that we're able to do, and be supported by your wife and your kids. You know, they all know this is Pawpaw's room. Stay out of there. Don't touch nothing. They only come in here when I'm in here to say anything. And I just love it. I've enjoyed it since I was 7 years old. I've only had a beam up for 11, 12 years. And most of the time I've been talking out of my mobile. And I was talking on the Antron 99 when I got my first base station. Was an Antron 99 with a Gray 300 and a Galaxy 3300. That's what I talked on around the world for a long time. And now I'm talking on this right here. And to come to the knowledge to be able to build an antenna that talks like this is just awesome.
Oh, absolutely, man. Once you get bit, man. Once you get bit, I played radio CB for a long time, man. I played CB for a long time back in the 70s. My dad bought my brothers. I got 2 older brothers. He bought him a base station to keep him out of trouble back in the 70s, like 74. And so I got bit. Plus, my mother worked for Midland. She worked for Midland Corporation on Roosevelt Boulevard in Philadelphia. But I got bit in 1979 when I graduated high school. I graduated in 79. My brother, who was pretty financially situated at that time, man, he bought me a Moonraker 4. He bought me a Moonraker 4 and a Ham 4 loader. And I was running a Moonraker 4 and a Ham 4 when I was 17 years old. And, you know, and of course I had like a Golden Eagle 750 along with that, and a Tram Titan 4 and all kind of stuff, man. I had a pretty badass station at 17 years old, man. That was a good cycle too, man. Well, I'll tell you what, I had a hammer. I used to sit out here on the bowl. There was only a couple stations in California that I could talk to. There ain't nobody on there that could, you know, at nighttime the band would just drop out. But, man, I'll tell you what, I could just talk anywhere I wanted to at the time. That was a lot of power back in 79.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I remember my very first time getting bit by the bug was when my uncle used to drive dump truck, and I was 7 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. He'd come to the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd get up, still be in my pajamas, get dressed for school, and I'd run out there to his truck and I'd talk to the truck drivers, the dump truck drivers that run around. And I remember my first handle. They used to call me Pinto Pony back then, and I kept it for about probably about a year. I kept that name. And then my grandfather says, why don't you use your Indian name? And I said, what, Little Grizzly? He said, yeah, I named you that for a reason. And I've been talking Little Grizzly ever since. And I've been doing it since I was 7 years old, talking on CB radio. And I've been on 19. I've been on all kinds of channels. But once I got bit by the Super Bowl, it was awesome to find the guys and the comfort and the friendship that you have on the Super Bowl is just awesome. And, you know, you get some guys that are jerks out there, but 99% of these guys on the Super Bowl are good guys and good friends, and they help me out. And I learned a lot by myself, but they helped me out on a few things, and having a good technician is another good thing. And it's just been awesome, man. It's been real awesome. I enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no, it's a great hobby, man. It's a great hobby. And, I mean, that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. You want to be right here on the ball. That's for sure, because ain't no other place to be but the ball. I mean, if you want to, you want to play the radio deal, and you want to try out your stuff, and a lot of competition, a lot of good fun competition, and that's where you want to try out your stuff. And the courtesy and the camaraderie out here and the respect you get. It's all respect. It's all about respect out here, and there's a lot of respect out here. I mean, if you either talking on channel 4 or you're talking on channel 6, man. You got 2 channels. You know what I mean? You know, you channel. You know, I was on 28 for a while, but I like you know, I want to play with my toys. I want to put my big antennas up. I want to run my big boxes, and this is where I want to be, man. Right here, right now. That's the truth. And yeah, I played ham radio. I dropped off a CB in 1985, and I played ham radio until 2006. So I had a 20-year hiatus off of CB radio to ham radio, and now I'm back on CB radio. So I went full circle. Little Grizzly on the pile. Worldwide, Machete, West Side. Come on.
Yes, sir. I understand. I understand. When I first bought this house right here, I bought this property back in 12 years ago, and I put my beam up, my tower up. It was given to me, and I talked on that thing up to about 3 to 4 years after living here, and then all of a sudden, tornado came through, took the antenna down, the economy failed, I lost my business, this, that, and the other. So I turned around and sold a lot of my stuff that I had just to maintain my household, because I don't take from my household pay to do my hobby. That comes from extra stuff, extra building antennas, selling stuff, trading, whatever I make extra. And that's why I do my hobby. I don't never take from the house. And then when the wife got the cancer, she told me just in November, October, she says, I want you to put your radio station up, because I know you're not going nowhere or doing anything, so you're not going to leave my side, so I want you to put it up. So I put it up, and now I'm back to talking, and you know, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And you know, I was out for almost 7 years, and now I'm back to fat mouthing a little bit, and it's awesome, man. I really enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. This is really cool. It's real cool hobby. The knowledge you obtain from people, from doing your own things, from making mistakes. This playing with radio allowed me to, you know, I got married late. I was 45 years old and had children. Never had children before because I was so involved in radio. I just, you know, I had girlfriends and stuff, but I was just so involved in ham radio and playing radio. I just, everything else took a back seat. And finally I met somebody, and I got married, and yeah, she's not involved in the hobby, but she respects the hobby. She knows I like this. But it's pretty cool, and the kids like it a lot too. They got walkie-talkies, all kind of stuff. They got all kind of stuff, but some of the stuff out here, obviously, it's dangerous. You know, you got to keep them away from this. Just like you said, this is Daddy's little place, and you need to stay away from this stuff. And you know, and I kill the sub panels, and so I got power outside, I got power running, or a box outside, and there's all kind of stuff outside. The big tower, concrete. You know, I got 22,000 pounds of concrete and the crank-up towers, and you know, you need to stay away from that stuff. You really do. And yeah, it's a hell of a hobby, man. I don't know what I'd be doing without it. I don't know where I'd be without this hobby, I swear. There's so many things I could have got into when, you know, growing up, but man, I just remember sitting there at the window, you know, being 5, 6 years old at the window with a walkie-talkie when I'm at channel 14 walkie-talkies, just trying to talk to, you know, I'll receive all 23 channels, but just crystalled for 14, just trying to talk to people, and hearing Skip out there on my walkie-talkie, you know, people coming from all over the place. But it's a hell of a hobby, man. A hell of a hobby. I remember Channel 10 being a trucker channel, if you remember that, but that's a long time ago. And right before Channel 10 was a trucker channel, before that song came out. The old Rubber Duck, C.W. McCall, I remember that. That really kicked CB off. Boy, it was busy back then, too. It was dead for years. forget the propagation. CB kind of fell out in the 90s, in the early 90s. I mean, the competition boys were in there, but it just lost. People lost interest in CB radio for a while, and then it got popular again. And there's a lot of people involved, a lot of box builders, and just a lot of good people out there. A lot of good people. And like I said, probably without this, I wouldn't have any electronic knowledge. I probably would have never started my HVAC business. I would have never had an HVAC business out here, and even knew about any HVAC stuff. So that's what we do out here. No doubt about it. Anyway, we can ride to the side. Well, sounding good. Hopefully, you got conditions are been up and down the last couple days, in and out. So I'm glad you're feeling better, but you didn't miss nothing. Brain's been in and out. Worldwide, 131, liquid cooled killer, Mr. Machete, West Side. I'm Rita Mel.
Before, Roger, I'm gonna cut this water gate off right here.